Hey, what's up, fellas? This is your boy Trae. I'm coming by to do week 10's video for the response week. Um, it took me a minute to actually find something that I can actually speak on. So a lot of things I found was like in regards to being on T or surgery, and I ain't had none of those yet. So I found this video by a Pit Daily Crew. He was talking about coming out week and how he went about coming out during that week at the parade and the celebration or whatever they was having where he was, and that just made me think about my actual coming out experience. It wasn't bad, but it was scary. I wasn't too sure how my family was gonna respond to the situation. I know they're very understanding and supportive, but at the same time I just had that down in the back of my head. So I just basically went about just coming out to my friends first, because the way I viewed it is like, okay, if I lose my friends, I lose my friends. I'm not worried about that, you know what I'm saying? At least, there's still a possibility that my family gonna be there for me, instead of doing it the other way around and losing my family and my friends, and then I was just been an emotional wreck. So I went ahead and, came out to some of my friends first. Some of them was like, okay, whatever, dude, you're full of shit, you don't know what you're talking about. And others were like, okay, we support you. But then again, there was someone that other side of the fence was like, that's bullshit. If that's how God wanted you to be, then he would have made you that way, blase blue and all this other crap. I mean, so after that, it took me a minute to, let a lot of that soak in, and and for me to, think about that. But either way, I was still gonna do what I did, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do, just because, it's about me at the end of the day. And after, coming out to my friends, I went ahead and told my fiance at the time what my transition plans were. And she was genuinely pissed off about it. She was like, how are we going to be together for this long, and you're just now telling me this, and blase blue. And I basically told her, like, I've been trying to tell you since we've been together, in many different ways, but you never seem to really pick up on it or whatever. So we kind of, we went back and forth for a while, about 2-3 weeks, and then she finally came around and was like, okay, I'm fine with that, but you can't do this, but you could do this, but not this, and you could do that, but not that. So, I wasn't feeling that too much, because it was, I understand, we was in a relationship or whatever, but I say, if I'm not happy, there's no way in hell I'm gonna make you happy. So, yeah, we're not together now, but we're still good friends. And she's more than supportive as of now. My current girlfriend, she was one of those, she was one of those friends that was like, fuck that. If God wanted you that way, we'll do woo woo. But she came around pretty quick though. Within a few days, she was like, you know what? If that's gonna make you happy, then I'm gonna support you. And ever since then, and since we've been together, she's been more than supportive of my transition. As far as the family goes, that was a little sketchy. It was. I started off with my sister, because me and my sister were real tight and we were real close. So I figured if I tell my sister, and depending on the response she gave me, will help me better gauge what my mother's response would be about the situation. So seeing that I'm in Japan, I actually had to call home. I wanted to wait till I got home, but it was killing me, so I had to get it out any way I could. So I called home. I talked to my sister and was like, what if I told you, I'm gonna be a brother? And she was like, dude, I already see you as my brother. I was like, no, I understand that, but physically become your brother. There's a little pause or whatever, but she was like, that's fine. She was like I said, I've always seen you as my brother, so, I mean, if that makes you happy, then by all means, I'm going to support you. And, I mean, after that, everybody else just, fell in line. My mom, my brothers, you know what I'm saying? My mom, she's still a little bit back and forth about it, because she don't completely understand, but it's not that she's not willing to, understand. It's just that, okay, I'm saying this, but I mean, I've shown progress. She knows I have my therapy and all this other stuff. But as far as any physical change, I don't think it's gonna hit her until I actually start making those changes. But I mean, my brothers and all of them, they support me 100%. My brothers have been a little bit more, I guess, conforming to my my preference and pronouns. My sister, she's getting a little better, but my mom is like, I mean, she catches herself when she could use female pronouns, but she doesn't address me as male pronouns. So I guess I can be, I mean, if she can catch herself when she's saying the female pronouns, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, and I mean, that's better than her just saying, fuck how you feel. And then, the last person that I actually told about my transit status was my grandmother. Now, my grandmother's one of them old school, and I was kind of worried about, her completely disowning me, you know what I'm saying? But when I told her, um, there was like a hot minute and a half, 2 minute pause in between me saying, I'm gonna be your grandson next time you see me, to her actually responding. It was a good 2 minutes. So I was scared, you know what I'm saying? But she basically said, if you would have told me about 2 years ago, then I would have convinced you to not do it. I would have tried to change your mind. But, I mean, everybody's growing and learning, as the days go by. And she said that families are supposed to be here for each other. So, you know, that's what it is. I'm going to be there for you regardless. So, yeah, I guess I'm one of the more fortunate to have, such a supportive family. So, that's probably why I'm so supportive. I try to be so supportive with, the trans guys, just because not a lot of them have, a strong support system at home. So I try to be there for them. But yeah,